but Sam George voice no our can fa gay ho na yamobo voices in emra Sam George's voice Sam George ne voice
President Mahama will know no peace. President Mahama has been clear that he will sign that bill, and he has no option than to sign that bill. President Mahama will know no peace from Sam George until he signs that bill. And he himself has said that to the clergy, that as a Christian, as a member of the Assemblies of God Church, he will sign that bill. What the president said to the BBC was in response to why President Akufo-Addo has not signed the bill. And he said to them, look, what you, President Akufo-Addo, should have done, instead of rejecting service of the bill, was to have received the bill, stated what his displeasure is with the bill, which is what the Constitution says. The Constitution in Article 1067, President Mahama in his response to the BBC was referring to the Constitution of Ghana. Article 1067 says that when he gets to the president, he must within 14 days indicate whether he would sign or not sign. If he chooses not to sign, he then has to bring it back to Parliament and then states in the memo to Parliament the reasons why he's refusing to sign and add the recommendations to remedy those challenges he sees. Otherwise, within the 14 days, he can refer it within 30 days. He can refer it to the Council of State, who have 30 days to give him advice. That's what President Mahama was saying in that BBC interview. He was not saying that he now has to read the bill. President Mahama has read the bill. It's because he's read the bill that he told the clergy that when he becomes president, he will sign the bill, because President Mahama has no problem with anything in the bill. That explanation he was given was basically what the president should have done as a lawyer in line with our constitution, because the president's decision not to have service of the bill on him is unconstitutional and shows you how reckless and irresponsible Akufo-Addo is as a president.
My fathers and mothers in Christ, the current legal impasse created by the Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration on the Promotion of Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Act, which was passed by Parliament, has set a dangerous precedence for our governance. The constitutional directives for action by the President are quite clear and need not have resulted in this stalemate. As I have publicly stated, I'm a proud member of the Assemblies of God Church, and my faith does not permit same-sex marriages or relationships. No. Thank you. My faith does not permit same-sex marriages or relationships, nor does it endorse human-animal relationships, or does it allow people to change their gender as they wish. This is a fundamental belief that I hold and is grounded in my faith. I therefore assure you that the promotion of LGBTQ+++++ and all the pluses will have no place in our schools and communities under my administration. My fathers and mothers.
Ghana for somebody. All pay votes no. Or say sadie no. Enya babia nyina ene woman independence. Under his watch, gave for again independence at the Independence Square. Under President John Dramani Mahama watch, gave for again independence at the Independence Square. Obia also a bar. Motua bamana be ayi anti-gay bill na at that parliament no oduru ya no 2 seconds obesan ogina nyame nkrofo anim ana na ekasa na Duncan Williams no ebo mu nsam pra enne obaye no be na wasan okodi trokra se be na agu this is starting foforo ba emra no se parliament bi started bill process. Na sa parliament no man passe. Na se new ye dissolve parliament no. Na a new parliament ba ye introduce bill no. Our new parliament no ma passe. A reintroduction of the bill. Process in the BBI day, ewo into Mbasandia co parliament, no more code lay, bill no, na a fast 21 days in mo, na Baba Yemara. And so President Mahama, a catch the Ghana for say, on what already president no, na anti-gay bill no, Ayira, I spy into a known to me your hurry, and this is a starting process in a fufro, and a bamba ben say, oh boy, and to me no say. A jada parliament. And now me mamu breaking news from parliament. Continue. Breaking news from parliament. Our majority say and this 182 MPs, 65 MPs. I support to say bill no yem pass it 65. I support to say yem pass it gay bill no 117 MPs including Sam George against the passage of the anti-gay bill. Ghana for nyamu and now Sam George nya to me a yemano communication minister no. Sam Georgia original mu say na Akufo-Addo so gay so MPP for a gay party. And now Sam George eka 117 MPs ya. Ha odwan A+ na abetoso. Ora mo fa no tonchen na men kamasem. Mo fa no tonchen kakra bi no na ho. What it? Say yeah. Now wait to parliament now so the impuntu over blower cambro food the bibia brewa. So why was him? And nay 117 MPs on the majority side, including Sam George, and it's how Odwan A+ against the passage of the anti-gay bill no say adena yeko pass mra say emo obi nye gay adena yeko pass mra say emo obi nye lesbian. Sam George o any A+ and then majority side no Sam George ni A+ na defend say ema gay law bia ema ne ema chino 117 MPs. Our NDC Mrasebedwafo against the passage of the anti-gay bill. Say Mayem pass running ne and you say Babin. I say order from above. Order from above. I catch 117 MPs say a more support to Babin from the majority side. A more pass gay bill. Order Ghana for Christopher, Ghana for Cramofo Muntian ye. Mem information a top from Crotching at the Senyan Kunton. Crotching 117 MPs from the majority side they say. Wamontiasiam Wamon passing gate burn in net and pass it na. No be on the right to say obey ye gay. Or multimate the order from above. And no one before and a babin say health insurance board chair no on ye and yet say or reject health insurance board chair no on principle dabi ni buafu babin buafu say MPs order from above yetimi ma MPs work it no say be ya be ne maso and a babin say ne mo mfamo health insurance board chair no nti babi hu say oba bonten beka say ne ntia national health insurance board chair no yede man no onye no ene say NDC MPs no empese wo mo be sign anti-gay bill na NDC be ye unpopular ena in a smart way no babia bonten say I rejected the Health Insurance Board chair on principle say me Speaker of Parliament. No, Babin. And yet they are not rejected. You rejected the board chair based on the fact to say 117 MPs and support to say you be pass anti-gay bill now odi abano. And now ubuafu abano because what you say abano ne she MPs nachi ama almost support to bill no. Enti kanokure wom 5 bill na eda honom no a private member bill. Na sa private member bill no MPs num a womo initiative bill no ene womo WhatsApp platform so Sam George free WhatsApp platform no so
continue
MPs na womo di animu led by Intim Fodgo ne Sam George no MPs num a womo initiative private member bill na a bill na moti wasem 2023-2024 no. They created a WhatsApp platform. Hono discussion. A kwana ombe argue. A kwana ombe solicit ideas. A kwana be no be faso a go through. Meno kase ne dadwe Sam George a free 5 MPs womu initiative gay be no. Womu na di ho asem including Intim Fodwo no. Sam George free sa WhatsApp platform so. Say on join bi.
Are you seriously?
Question me bisa say yeda MP owo opposition. Oyede de say yemfa anti-gay bill emra. Ye baaban mu a ye kasa omunhia no monka bill no wasem wo parliament ya. Sam George buafu afri WhatsApp platform MPs no modi anti-gay bill by Sam George ka ho no Sam George free WhatsApp platform no so say anti-gay bill no ebe mana ban aye unpopular.
Hey,
and so kwesiera obeba betena Paris Chapel ha.
Continue.
Now what to correction 20,000 ye man MP kwesiera bia oyin bundle obi atwitwa pictures kwesiera bia Sam George to correction or had that video or the tomb bundle 20,000 no or you say no a jatum. But see now Baba Paris Chapel ha. Not so for catch and say, oh no, you remember bunko to because mobile and what to 20,000 consider beer near bunko to near whom paye beer warriors and Srabia warriors beer and call no quan so I saw the manager and coffee and co.
Continue.
Producer and co-break him. And Ghana for Yamu Wanwa. And Yamu Wanwa says Sam George. Etimi free WhatsApp platform MPs 5 at here. Nanka omudi introduce anti-gay bill no. Sam George free so. Say uncle di bill a chia. Ebe mana ban aye unpopular. Na so omo pass sa bill we ya. And this be unpopular e international community. Eno no kire o say. Na ono ka ho bi ye dede. Say yem pass na MPP nye unpopular na. Ye de MPP ne efo so say yem pass. Yewura Baumia as a presidential candidate. Enti Baumia win 2024 elections na. Nko betina Ghana fo anima ka tro mo say be no onye ho adwuma. Never. Baumia will never do that.
Continue.
Sanka Baumia win 2024 elections na. Because Baumia promised Ghanaians or promising the Christian community. Baumia promised the Muslim community say so Baba ye president here. No way. Ena gay for be gaining independence or Ghana ha. Nanka Baumia wini ya. Ko obehwe Christopher anim. Obehwe nkramofo anim akatra omo say. Be no awu IS5. Baumia will never do that.
Continue.
Baumia sheba odiso.
Continue.
Unlike President Mahama. Oka say oba immediately oba sign be no oba ye no wadi tro ese be no I spy ama babin say baby no I spy bill no yɛsan ba parliament ne ya relay bill no na afa process no mu ne yɛde abrɛ ma wasan ɛno nti mafrɛ 117 MPs including independent MP odwan no ama omo te wa say gay no de ye pass a ebe ha ban odwan no at parliament wo say be no de ye pass a plus a no support to gay for say gay be no de ye pass a emwa but akufo do penso ensem fun wontimi ntwa odininti unim atwa unim sa de esi twa yesi twa odini wonko na wakɔ school kita degree and so wonko wasem nko wona nim kwankora fa so nya o degree na wontimi ntwa odini na baumia na ye president na nka bill we no nka yensan nka obi bekwa akɔgyina Independence Square aka Ghana for say o ma gani independence because gay for nanya support from 117 MPs here one majority side NDC MPs 117 MPs NDC MPs say be ne dia o support to man maso ne e maso china because order from above and Sam God and Nguase Akan were free anti-gay bill WhatsApp platform so anti-gay bill WhatsApp platform Sam God they are free so etina obaba be press conference on free so no so go to parliament and make a case, make a statement say the anti-gay bill no should be processed immediately. And for processing as soon as possible. Nafa koma President Mahama manin sign and sana Ghana for the wadi. And yes, sir, any rhetoric bia would baba biana ye bullshit. A bullshit. Asembia baba kao tina biano semin free so and yan no biano. Ghana for shall free what some dodge what say. Ubedi mrase bedwanim no amode anti-gay bill no akoma President Mahama assign. Nyasa ne obeka bia no eye bullshit and border dash. E catch o. Obi antie. Momo President Mahama ne voice ba ko no so nka ho. So our voice back wa and also buy or say be na expire. More voice in my NTA.
Finally, Mr. President, I do want to ask about the anti-LGBTQ legislation that we did see expire in Ghana earlier this year. A number of parliamentarians support reviving it. If it came to your desk, would you sign it?
The old bill expired because it was not assented to by the president. There was a legal challenge. Eventually, the legal challenge was dismissed, so it means that the president could assent to it, but it's expired. So the question is hypothetical. It means that it has to go into Parliament again. And I think that what we need is more stakeholder consultation to look at whatever new bill will come and make sure that we carry everybody on board. Proper family values are something we all are interested in, and we believe that is not only in the bills that we send to Parliament to regulate them, but also in teaching our children those family values even as they grow. And so looking at the curriculum in schools and inculcating those values in them, I think is the more important pressing issue that we must look at.
Would you be concerned, though, if we saw a number of institutions potentially pulling back funding to Ghana if you were to sign it? Do you factor that into your thinking around the bill?
Well, I believe that multilateral institutions should avoid getting into cultural matters. This is a diverse world. We have different cultures, and so I don't think multilateral.
onkwaye your history ne mekire yesa wote brofo ten obi a okroma o wo se wo de you believe say senka ebenya nka anti-gay no yen kire no wo school mu insesa ye beye ne mara insesa ye beye ne mara na de be na obekira akora de a wo se ye prohibited na mom any punishment ora trababi uko read history na enya wadwen so wonyansa chen obi a wo se ade ne nye na mo prefer say ye be kire ye nkora ne wo school mu say be ya omo nkoye dan say ye be ye nmra ne ntia wo ka kire ye nkora ne say mo omo nkoye ne say ade ne nye enya dia there should be a law a restraining crofo a punishment ye dey e wo ho Owura Mahama, won soro nchambia o. Wonya smart nchambia o. President wonya kwanya wo didi president ko. Ba sa oya wadwen say, wo de brofo ba biti obi a okroma, fa biti wo ma no because omo nko school bia. Omo de fa biti omo ofie ho. O ma no de obatim de sa antrenkese brofo no abiti omo ofie because omo nko school bia. Omo ngoma nim wo fam. Tifu no mo ntena fie na fa biti omo but the bagana for so dia eso wo se binum ye smart na mo makwanya na omo nya ye medi president ebia ko omo nya akwanya ka de udo better woni manyansafo egu me YouTube page ni so a akwanya na omo nya ye ehiantia ehiani akwanya bi kura nya sika no a ode akotwa photo na to say oh ye poster abepa president ye die no kura ye baako wo hwa nyansafo a binum gu me page so a sika ode be ye poster ayasem sika ode be ye ode be top patru akọ campaign asem no nya akwanya na nyansa obakire wo kroma no enti metna senke ka brofo say wo dia wo fi say ye trade no ye de ka school curriculum ho a ebeboa na ya kire nkora no o krache fa wasem tena Jubilee House wo
continue
fa wasem tena Jubilee House wo na wo ne wo Jubilee House fo nwene say mo ba inculcate that in the school curriculum nyo obi asem
continue
some de ba ka school curriculum wo mo mfa nka nyo obi asem
continue
somebody inculcate into our children say yes we need the law now
continue
President Mahama, whether you inculcate that into our children in the various schools, no, it's not what we are calling for.
Continue.
Near ye calling for now, they say there must be a law. A preventing crop for say Trumuntunu a tuobetra.
Continue.
Lesbian no a tuobetra, Salon no near pay. And then Duncan Williams Abronye say, man pass it law no, now pass our own international community benya a problem. We need the anti-bill law. Ghana, a Christian community. Ghana, a Kramofo Kro. Ghana, a the traditionalist land. Ghana, a Nanano Masasi. We need the anti-bill law now. Baomia enya akwanya na nkwaye Baomia enya akwanya na nkwaye President Mahama Baomia enya akwanya na nka onkwohye MPC achi say ema omon support be no ema speaker bumfu and rejected by board chairman our national health insurance
Continue.
Baomia enya akwanya na nka onkwose MPC achi se mo pass anti-gay bill to Baomia de ohyeba oye Owura Baomia Owura Baomia yenya odeni o Baomia President Mahama Baomia na say anti-gay bill na nkwaye Baomia ne ka say omoto Baomia bosha o say yes say moto abamamia me ba anti-gay bill no me pass Baomia kan ne nka ye law we know Baomia on kasa bebre na mom action ya ye wo MPP mu aye gi Bawumia di no ye nim se on kasa bebreo na mom eye action Bawumia na ye president ya nko wasan mra no ama Christopher ani ade Bawumia na ye president ya nko wasan mra no ama Nkramofo ani ade Bawumia na ye president ya nko wasan anti-gay bill no ama nananom ani ade ama nananom abosomsomfo ani ade. That is Bawumia. And what did it on President Muhammad Jinawa difference no. Because Yewra Bawumia ebu the Christian community, obu the Muslim community, obu the traditionalists, obu nananom asase ya omodia etika Bawumia bedi bohye ne so a ehia nananom. Na Yewra Mahama so on sign. Na enanyumre ye bebie nsem ani so me ba be ma atwefo ahu hawa Andrew Solomon me be kan stories mienu na mama atwefo ahu hawa President Mahama efasu esia Andrew Solomon me wia na makenkan what President Mahama said in his book My First Coup d'etat about Andrew Solomon. Andrew Solomon rata po ye ama New York paper New York Times publish ye in 2013 ama ne ba bonten kwana on President Mahama siaye ewo kana ha producer monfa publication into so na menkenkan mfria monfa New York Daily Graphic publication no monfa into so. Yes. New York Times publication. Or say, in bed with the president of Ghana, Andrew Solomon, in bed with the president of Ghana, Andrew Solomon writes in the New York Times, in bed with the president of Ghana, Andrew Solomon writes in the New York Times, date here, February 10th, 2013, and na babe gusuono. Na muntie. Or say, international gay lobbies, Andrew Solomon has called on President John Dramani Mahama to take a lead. Monshefti we nimran chen kakra. To be correct. Or say, international gay lobbies, Andrew Solomon has called on President John Dramani Mahama to take a lead role in promoting gay and lesbian rights in West African sub-region. Mamin repeat it. Where New York Times international gay activist, international gay president, Andrew Solomon, and a clear article 10 February 2013. International gay lobbies, Andrew Solomon, has called on President John Mahama to take a lead role in promoting gay and lesbian rights in the West African sub-region. Solomon says the mere fact that there is a national debate on gay and lesbian rights in Ghana, even if the debate is to have gay lynch, is meaningful progress for him. The gay lobbies made these remarks in an article posted in the New York Times on 9 February 2013. na muntie full details no. Or say, when my husband to be and I met the Ghanaian politician John Dramani Mahama at a friend wedding near Accra 8 years ago. That means Osia President John Dramani Mahama so check it 2013. Dia nature say Osia no 2005. Ntimami repeat it. They met in Accra at a friend's wedding in 2005. Or say when my husband to be and I met the Ghanaian politician John Dramani Mahama at a friend's wedding near Accra 8 years ago. I liked him immediately. I kept up with his fortunes mostly through mutual friends, and I was happy to learn in 2009 that he has been elected his nation's vice president. When I read a draft of his transient memo, My First Coup d'etat in 2010, I offered to introduce him to some agents and editors in New York. Many people in the developed world expect African heads of state to be either terse and political or bloated and ideological. The surprise of John Dramani Mahama book is its tender humanism, and I thought it would go a long way towards breaking down prejudice in the United States. To a catcher and say, on taking a leading role so far as the gay and lesbian debate in your concern. Nampo say oyene se ombe kun gay for krana President John Mahama yene na famudie. Enti on taking a leading role na on making sure say gay for benya ahwodene agina so e was ayi West African region ha. Nyamina America Andrew Solomon published this article. Besina President Mahama emmebo wabia. Now, then we go. President John Dramani Mahama in the book na Andrew Solomon kan ho asem no, Man First Coup d'etat. Man First Coup d'etat book no. Ena okan ho asem. Owie book no sa otwere book a acknowledgement and crofua wo fi so mo boa wo editors wo mo so wase abusuafo mo bo mpaye ma wo nyina, you acknowledge them in the book. Me book bi a me de ba bonten oil and gas law in Ghana. Me wi ankrofo a me acknowledge o man, of course my wife is number 1 on a chief editor and in the number 1. Nti Andrew Solomon wi ani book no eni power acknowledge no say Yewura Mahama wi ani book no Man First Coup d'etat book ani nie. Sa ono na shetiti jampo ene top white no President Mahama ne book no se Man First Coup d'etat no shetiti jampo asia trousers no tete e friend tete jampo book ni ne Man First Coup d'etat acknowledgement no yenti asem o kan fa Andrew Solomon ho monfa page no ene book no cover page no meto ho. No bia nkwohe Man First Coup d'etat book no ne enti ane under his administration, under his watch, gave for again independence. And I may be catch because what they cannot acknowledge gay president. I want a book Man First Coup d'etat, page 316. Page in the Ni oka ye menyi bi mfrim me dem ye presbini. Menye Duncan Williams no ma. Gay for kogina Independence Square afifi omano a. Na one asofofuo binom mo kasa say e mo me kasa na aban ne ye too young. Menye Duncan Williams. Me dem ye presbini konkono. Ena menye former President Mahama so ba oba sign gay anti-gay bill into law. Oba ye on sign ye. Wadada Assemblies of God for me ye presbini konkono. Ena ba omi aso na kan ya nkwa ye dada me yesu maduye.
Continue.
Wo kan man first school detail book a Christopher Catholic Bishop Pentecostal Council Christian Council Methodist Church of Ghana Presbyterian Church of Ghana Asora kesiye any individual churches ya muji nyame adie na mo ye adwuma wo nyame dini mu mon kofa man first school detail book no na mon kan page 316 ehona na me be kenkan na muntie acknowledgement page 316 I say US National Book Award winner Andrew Solomon for also providing a gracious advance quote. Andrews was also quite generous with his referrals and other such literary resources. I will also remember the fantastic dinner. I will also remember the fantastic dinner party Andrew hosted for me in his Manhattan home that set the ball rolling. Nyamina America. Obisi mensani sisu dua na okwa akope. Page 316. I see US page 316 paragraph 2 acknowledgement. I see US National Book Award winner Andrew Solomon for also providing a gracious advance quote. Andrew was also quite generous with his referrals and other such literary resources. I will also remember the fantastic dinner party Andrew hosted for me in his Manhattan home that set the ball rolling. Menim ball krom set ya na eurori. Ewo fie ho a ohosu party man no ewo America ho na ball krom set ya na eurolu de. Say ye tennis. Say ye basketball. Say ye football. Say ye DM ball. I don't know. Omu nenim. And nay ne second coming no oma gaining independence our Ghana akojina Independence Square. Duncan Williams said we have no right to talk about it. Obianka na nuntum. Duncan Williams said Ghana fon ka oma nuntum say gay for akojina Independence Square. Now we have no right to talk about it. Na ban we kura no entimi fa 4 years emu man enti ye ma no ye nsam fa 4 years in kamba no no anya kwane a service na funi ne menemu we nyina kokko wie se ampipifo ampia nkwa nkoto aba enti ba omia ma we nyina kokko wie se wo mo de propaganda eto ba omia so ema binum gidie enti ye mpie nkoto aba kora enne ne de propaganda ba ye no ne penso gay for anya independence gay for again independence 2025 June Oma gaining independence. Tuesday ya, Wednesday ya, gay for anya independence. (24th June 2025) game for anya independence ewo Ghana. Gay and lesbian for on 24th June 2025 anya independence under the watch of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and the government is silent about this. A Christopher Mowahi, a Christopher Mowahi, a Christopher Mowahi, and Cramofor Mowahi, traditionalists for Mowahi, Nanano Mowahi. Biasi mayenka wansa yede yebeka. Yebeka. Ye nyama ne nkwakwa. Ye nyama ne nkwakwa o. Yebeka bibibia manasi. Na ne muampisi muache. Enti be no ne etia ne say the government is frustrating the passage of the anti-gay bill. The government under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is frustrating the passage of the anti-gay bill. Mami Sisubi, me say, and you'll be say, the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is frustrating the passage of the anti-gay bill. And when you NDC MPs, 117, including Odwan, almost support, Sabaya Beno, and Maso. Because what didn't to me into a dada Christopher, so no bow sign, no bow munsem, or dada suffer for. And now, a suffer for no binum so they have elected, say, professor on that governing board. So some pastors have elected, say, woman prefer, say, woman that government board. So rather than so speaking against the anti-gay, speaking for the passage of the anti-gay bill, no, the governing board. So because so kasatia anti-gay bill, Nadia. Yam found to board so. This is what is going on. Yedi nyamesum akwa the governing board. And now yo, we are so for now bekasatia anti-gay benedia. Ubekasase yam passia yam found to government board so. Ba uye dinya yebe fraud what to government board so. No who did. What ye trainers are say board so na sika wadia. So be it. So be it. So say opa nyame animo nyamon say na wo kwaje sika service wo yafunu dia sika ne dia obenya na mom at long last no say sika kro no wo betu ya cancer honka ana dia me promise mo say mo se mo di nyame anim be ye fam. Enti mon ka nokre mo de asofo dini beto mo ho so na mo de eno akwa sika na mo de service ama gainfo aba betena ye so e de no mi aba no sika ne de mu benya na mo mese mo bose eventually no mo de betu ya cancer honka yan twa nan no ube mia kuro sa enguda ekura betu no be mia sa enguda ade bia obeye bia nokura nim no e won sunsanso tuda mun kwaso na mun yi sikani na mun beka nkire se obi hia tetem because ye sofunti na beka kire sa